Now, if you were at Darlington Market this week, you might have bumped into MPs from the Commons Treasury Committee on an away day from Westminster. They were talking to traders and shoppers as part of their inquiry into whether businesses should be legally required to accept cash, now that more and more people opt to use cards instead. David McMillan reports.
So let's start with an easy question. Cash or card?
I like being paid in cash, but I like to pay with my card because then I don't see the money being handed over. Card. I prefer card. Apple Pay. But cash is like free money.
I still prefer cash personally.
To put it succinctly, too easy to blow the budget with cards, harder with cash.
Yes, but like my teenage sons tell me I'm a dinosaur from the Jurassic period.
Do you like the feel of having a big wad of cash in your hand?
Yes, I do. It's no better feeling.
The more difficult question is, what does the future hold for cash in an increasingly cashless society? That's the question that's brought MPs from the Treasury Select Committee to the covered market here in Darlington.
It is a big question about the future of cash, but what we've heard from the evidence, it has been interesting about what a lifeline it can be to certain parts of the community. And I heard from some economic abuse survivors who say that actually having cash is really important for they call it space of action, their ability to get away from that abuse.
We know that for a lot of people, cash is a really important budgeting tool. You go out with your £10 or your £20 and that's what you've got to spend and that's it. And not everyone has a smartphone, not everyone has a bank account with a smart card or a credit card, and so it's really important that we consider all of that.
Now, I reckon I must do about 95% of my spending digitally, either using mobile apps or online banking. And while there are some very grand arguments about how a cashless society would disrupt organised crime and stop the spread of diseases, for most of us, cards are just quick and convenient.
We are about 70% contactless, 30% cash, especially younger people. Really don't like carrying cash.
It's mostly a security issue. You know, they're often working with the business owners and have staff on the site. They're only small units, they don't have places to store the cash. It's getting it to the bank.
The fruit and veg stall also takes digital money, but cash is still king here.
90% of our clientele is older people, and the thing is that you've got to provide for them, and a lot of them don't like card. And you've got to be able to provide them with cash.
It's important for haggling as well, I understand.
Oh yes, you can always have a bit haggle, can do a deal.
We're weighing up what sort of recommendations to make to government, to the Treasury, but I think the key thing is that we recognise that whatever's happening out there, that in difficult climate, difficulties in the economy mean that we've got to get the money off the customers in whatever way is appropriate.
We may end up being a cashless society one day, but it seems like we'll still need folding money for the foreseeable future. And if you're asking me if it's cash or card, well, I'll take both, thanks. David McMillan, BBC Look North, Darlington.
There's more on that story and all the other political news on Politics North this Sunday morning at 10 o'clock here on BBC One.